This is the Horse Radio Network. This is episode 357 of Horse Tip Daily, a different horse tip, a different equine topic, a different equestrian expert every day. Horse Tip Daily brings the world of equine knowledge to you one day at a time. This tip is sponsored by FeedXL. Is your horse's diet balanced? Find out with FeedXL.com. Howdy, everybody. Glenn the Geek back with you from snowy, cold Lexington, Kentucky, and you're listening to Horse Tip Daily. Well, the Horse Tip Daily audience is now the largest audience of any of the shows on the Horse Radio Network, and I know that 95% of this audience is made up of females, of horsewomen from around the world. Well, I thought I'd give you guys a chance to participate in something that Helena from the Stable Scoop Radio Show and my co-host Jamie from the Horses in the Morning live show that we do every day. They got together and they came up with this crazy notion of doing the first annual 2010 Hottest Horseman of the Year Awards. And I didn't want the audience of the Horse Tip Daily show to be left out. If you heard this on Stable Scoop, you can skip over this tip and go to tomorrow's. That'll be fine. This segment is taken off of episode number 121 of the Stable Scoop Radio Show at stablescoop.com, where they talk about this, how you can help and you can make your nominations in the first annual 2010 Horse Radio Network Hottest Horseman of the Year Awards. So listen in right after these words from FeedXL. You're going to hear all about this contest that they're putting together. FeedXL does all the smart stuff it takes to formulate and balance a horse's diet. You know, you're concerned about whether your horse is eating right. You're never quite sure if you're feeding them the right thing, or you're giving them too much of this or too little of that, not enough supplement, too much supplement. Well, you can find out if you're doing it right by going to FeedXL.com. FeedXL was put together by equine nutritionists who really do know what they're talking about. They use the details about your horse. Takes you a couple minutes to fill in details about your horse and about what you feed your horse, and they'll put that through their calculators to come out with reports that are done graphically and simply and easy to understand. You can learn then whether you're doing too much of this or too much of that, and you can make adjustments accordingly, and probably you're going to save money by using FeedXL. Learn more about equine nutrition and how to feed your horse for the ultimate performance by visiting FeedXL.com. And now more about the award show coming up.
Hello, everybody. You know, I must say it is always a great honor and pleasure to be a part of the Stable Scoop show on the Horse Radio Network. But I don't think that any time I've ever joined Stable Scoop, it has been for something as monumental and absolutely important as this.
We've got a big secret.
Yeah, you guys got secrets, all right, but that's not the ones we're talking about today.
I know, but we don't have secrets that are as good as the one we're talking about today. And I told you before Jamie came on and joined us that we have a big announcement to make, and it's going to be probably one of the funnest things the Horse Radio Network has done all year. So I'm going to let Jamie actually make the official title announcement. What do we got?
Oh, gosh. Well, I would like to say that first annual, and when you say first annual, that leads me to believe that we'll be doing it again next year. So that's exciting too. So we are doing the first annual 2010 Horse Radio Network Hottest Horseman Awards.
Yeah!
Woo! So what we're doing is we're basically picking the hottest horse guys in the horse world, and we are going to nominate, vote. We're going to take your submissions on a ton of different categories, and we're going to make this basically all about the boys.
It is all about the boys. Probably the more diplomatic approach would be to say that it's a celebration of the wonderful horsemen in all of our lives. You know, the behind the scenes scoop is really that it's just a bunch of hotties. We get to look at a bunch of hotties.
Let's keep it simple.
There is a little bit of structure to this. We're not just pulling this out of our hats. We do have categories, and the awards actually features the big award is the most eligible bachelor, right?
Yes. There's so few horsemen in this world. And then there's even less single horsemen in this world. So we're really, digging for the most eligible bachelor single horse guys. I mean, they can be professional riders. They can be somebody you live next door to that rides horses. Anybody that's single and a horseman, we want to know about. And then, let the matchmaking begin.
Because we don't have enough to do, don't we?
Now, when you said the guy that lives next door, I just had this vision of Bewitched and Agnes, who used to look out the window all the time. Somebody named Agnes who looks out their window and watches some cowboy next door work his horse every day, nominating somebody.
You can't blame him if he's hot. I mean,
exactly. That would be me. There'd be nose prints all on the window from my house.
Helena's staring at me again. Oh boy.
Crazy.
Most eligible bachelor. And then we want to take a little bit more of a personal effect with the next two categories. We want to see the hottest horse husbands. Now, of course, my husband is the hottest horse husband, and I'm sure Helena thinks so too about hers. But, what we want to do is we want to pick your hottest horse husband. It's a very coveted award. I mean, this is kind of a big deal. The other category is hottest horse dad. We want to see a dad with their kids, out there riding, out there playing with the horses. Do you have anything to add to that? Either one of those?
Horse dads could just be the dad that shows up at the shows, the dad that drives the truck and trailer, or
the dad that signs the checks.
Exactly. That is hot.
Mm-hmm. That's way hot.
Now, yes, in the words of Paris Hilton, that's hot.
It's hot. It's hot. Yeah, exactly. And when we quote Paris Hilton on the Horse Radio Network, we have fallen off the deep end.
And we've dragged Jennifer with us.
I know we have completely brought her down to our level. So other categories, I have no shortage of women that I know that have either dated their farrier or their veterinarian. So there's so many hot farriers and vets out there. So we want to see your hottest farrier, your hottest vet. Send us the pictures, nominate them, and go ahead and tell them, the other two, Helena.
We have, in addition to all those wonderful categories, we also have the best horse couple. Now, it's not what you think. We're talking about the best horse and rider combination. And that could be anybody. That could be amateurs. That could be professional riders. It could be your neighbor across the street. Yeah, going around on his quarter horse. It could be any horse and rider combination that you think are the best together.
Absolutely. And then our personal favorite category, Helena.
Oh my gosh, I just love to say this because I can't wait to see the pictures. Best in breeches.
Oh, best in breeches. Glenn has said a million times that there is no hot guy in breeches. And Helena and I immediately came up with two examples. I said Jose Ortelli, and you said
Kyle Carter.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and that's just two. I mean, we could go on and on and on. And you know what? The best in breeches doesn't really, it's not limited by age, or none of this is limited by age, because I think and it's all about presence. It's not just about physical confirmation. We're not just looking for the confirmation shot here.
Yeah, you don't have to look like a Ralph Lauren polo model or anything like that. Just, it is like Jennifer. Who is your favorite celebrity man?
Sean Connery.
Exactly.
It's all about the presence.
It is Sean and the accent.
Well, that helps too.
That helps. So that's Jennifer's favorite. So we're not looking for a specific age. It's the way they carry themselves, the way that they move, the way that kind of the way they look too, especially for best in breeches. And we have to have pictures of the men in breeches. Now, whether they know that you're taking the picture or not, it's up to you. If you just walk behind them and snap one, what are we going to do? We can't argue with that. So we want to see them. Now, Helena, tell everybody how they can send us their nominations.
You can send in your nominations by email, and you can send your photos with a couple of words description if you need to, but just keep it to under 200 words if you can, to Jamie@horseradionetwork.com. That's JAMIE, or to me, Helena at horseradionetwork.com. Or you can go to the Horses in the Morning Facebook page where you can post your nominations directly. You can upload your photos right there.
Our favorite.
And yes. So that's going to be the most fun. The more people that we can get submitting their nominees by Facebook, the better, because then we can all talk about it together.
Now, the deadline is December 27th, so you've got plenty of time. I found that this has been a bright spot in my holiday season of stress and discomfort and working hard, that, to sit down and go through, cowboys and reiners and ropers and vets and farriers, and just basically completely looking for the hottest ones. I mean, it's really simple.
Yeah, until you have to pick which one is the hottest. Just wait. Now that brings up a good point, because the winners will be selected by a 4-woman panel here at the Horse Radio Network, and that includes me, Jamie, Jennifer. As we've said, we dragged her into this, not quite kicking and screaming, Jen, and
rolling my eyeballs a little bit.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And Samantha, who was formerly the host of the 2010 radio show, and helped ignite this little fire as well. This isn't all Jamie and I. Samantha had her 2 cents in this as well. So that's the 4-woman panel. Of course, we are definitely taking input from our listening audience. So we want to hear, if you see postings on Facebook and you want to chime in on that particular nomination, go right ahead, because that input is just as important to us.
Absolutely. We welcome that. So, most eligible bachelor, hottest horse husband, hottest dad, hottest farrier, hottest veterinarian, best horse couple, of course, horse and rider, and then the coveted Best in Breeches award.
And the only disclaimer I think I'm going to put is that, please, if you do submit your photos, PG-rated ones only. I mean, it's still a sort of family show.
Yeah, it is. This is not a calendar shoot, okay? We want to see appropriate photos. So
I can see it now. Horse Radio banned from Facebook.
That would be bad. Well, cool, you guys. I'm excited to start getting the submissions. And, it's just going to be a lot of work for us girls, but we will push through.
I don't know how we're going to do it. Maybe a glass of wine in hand, some eggnog, I don't know, some chocolate.
Chocolate and wine, the perfect combination.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Well, Jamie, thank you very much for joining us today. I know that our listeners are excited, or they will be as excited as you and I. And so that's everybody. Go to Horses in the Morning Facebook page or horsesinthemorning.com, and you can stay updated on what's going on with the 2010 Horse Radio Network Hottest Horseman Awards. Thanks, Jamie.
Well, there you go. That's what it is. I will be kicked off the show on December 30th when they actually hand out the awards and call the guys that won. I apparently am not allowed, so I've been kicked off of my own show. But you know what? Us guys will have revenge sometime. We have a few horse husband shows planned for next year. I've gotten a couple of emails really chastising me for this this little fun thing that we're doing here. And, one of the reasons I started the Horse Radio Network was because I thought that we could provide some lighthearted entertainment for the horse world. I thought we're all just too darn serious about what we do with horses. You know what? It's supposed to be fun. We started riding when we were kids because it was fun. We're getting back to the fun. This is meant to be lighthearted. It's meant to be fun. And you know what? I had one emailer say it was degrading. Well, us guys, we're a little different than women. We don't mind when people call us hot. We rather like it, actually. So I don't think any of the guys in this are going to have any trouble with it whatsoever. We're built a little bit differently than that. So take it for what it is. It's just fun. It's just good old-fashioned fun. That's what the Horse Radio Network's about. If you don't like it and you don't like what it implies, then don't listen to that show. That's fine. Well, thank you everybody for listening in, and they did tell you how to contact them. That's Jamie, Jamie at horseradionetwork.com, and Helena, Helena at horseradionetwork.com. We'll be back again tomorrow with another new expert and a different horse tip. Until then, stay safe, everyone.
The Horse Radio Network and the Horse Radio Network hosts are not responsible for statements of guests or their opinions. Use your own judgment when listening to the tips provided by the experts on Horse Tip Daily.